excuse me, you have your master solo light, which activates the hot track solo mode, and it works exactly the same as up in the audio multi-track. Turn it on, and every track that's a hot track is now soloed. And also, if you click the solo light here, it blinks to let you know a track is soloed, just like the other multi-track. Here you have your volume fader, and you'll see right here it shows the value right there. You've got your velocity that changes in green. See, it matches the color, and your data fader. Okay, let's go over here. Here you have your note, your on velocity, off velocity, start time, and duration. Well, let me show you some of that. Let's go up to File, open up a MIDI file, and here's one that comes. If you go here to, I have Sauce Studio on this, and let's see here, where are you at? Sauce Studio, and if I go to Audio, right there it is. It comes with the program, so you have a MIDI file right from the start. I have a MIDI file loaded in there. Now let's go to this view. What is it? That view? There you go. And let's page down and make this big so you can see it. There. Now, if I go in here and click on a note, suddenly these windows come to life. And if I want to, I can grab the cursor, and whatever note I go over, it changes. Watch up here. It changes to let you know everything about that note. It's the stat sheet for the notes. Okay, I can also, what can I do in these windows? Well, I can change the note by clicking the plus or minus signs. Pretty neat, huh? I can left click inside that window, and watch up here, the mouse suddenly goes over to there, and I can select there, and if I let go, the note changes to where that's at. Let's get back up in here. I don't know what exactly note where that was at. Okay, and here you can left click in there and change, bring up different menus to select the on velocity. You can click the plus or minus signs. In all these, you can click the plus or minus signs to change the value. And each one of these has a menu for changing stuff. Each one. You see, and here you have a couple quick key commands for each one. You know, suddenly this window's coming alive with all kinds of stuff, huh? Pretty interesting. Here we have the display mode, and what this does is it toggles on and off the controlled display mode. And what that does is, okay, I'm right clicking in there and see a menu comes up, but there's none, I can't select any of them. But if I turn it on and right click, I have all these options for pencil drawing, the volume, pan, pitch, and all that. So all this has to do with is the well, what does it say here? Just to let you exactly know, when this mode is active, the notes dim to gray color, and all MIDI controller and other non-note data is displayed as different colored lines. The height of the lines gives a visual reference of their data value, and so on. So here you can edit all your non-note information. Pretty interesting. And of course you have your filter, and what this does is it turns on the controller filter light, toggles on the controller display filter. When the filter is active, only data that matches the filter criteria will be displayed, and it turns it off and on. And you can right click. Let's do that again. So I can right click that and select exactly what I want to control, just control. And whatever I select, it will show up here in the controller. Okay, to turn these off, just turn them off. And of course, you have your value, your controller value zone, and this is the controller readout display. And when you have data, when you have selected a data control and you move it, you'll see the data, it moves. I haven't written any data, but like if I was to go up here, let me just show you something here. Okay, wait, we'll do this. Pencil draw mode. If I draw in some data, right, then I go here and wherever the cursor is, now watch, let's see if we can widen it out a little so you can see it. Watch wherever the closest cursor, see, it changed it to the right, I guess it is. Bring it down, see, when the cursor's to the right of that actual data information, I can bring it up or notch it up or down. See, that's what the data does. It does a couple other things too, I believe. Just trying to get you familiar with this, get you waist deep into the Midi workstation fast. That's what this is all about. Letting you know you can't get into it unless you know what where the controls are and how to operate them. And basically that's oh, and right here, if I see now that I have a data active, I have another menu here, and you can tell by the little triangle there that that's only happening when you got a controller set up, when you're editing a control. Okay, now if I click in there, see, nothing happens. Okay, so let's go over here to the multi-track, and let's scroll way up and scroll down. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you one other thing. I'm sorry. Let's see. Scroll way down here so you can see. I wanted to show you this. I did show you that. Yes, I did. Okay. So I get going so fast I don't know what I've done and what I haven't. Okay, here is the multi-tracks. The multi-track area here. And you can select your tracks just like up in the audio multi-track. You can left click in and put your names. That's one left click. And of course, if you control left click and then enter it, it will go down like that. Okay. Now you can hold the shift key down, and if you left click in the number area, see it changes, and you can drag the track wherever you want it, just like in the other multi-track. Shift key and drag. If you right click in the label area, you get a menu with you can select the port, the channel, the bank, the program, disable. Very easy to understand. And of course your record button, and mutes and solo with of course your LED fader. Now in the record, if I right click in that, I can select the port right from there. If it's active and I right click, I get these selections: MIDI through, merge, and multi. See? You can see them there, but you can't select them if you left click there. If you turn it on and right click, there they are. I can select from them. Pretty interesting. Now in this moving around in this area here is just like in the audio multi-track. Just like I click and hold and drag. Very easy. I can use the up and down arrows, right? I can use the right arrow to move like that. It's exactly the same. I can select by doing that. Left click and drag. Oop. Left click and drag will do it. And if I click here and press wherever the cursor is, of course, B. Oh. If I click here and press B for beginning and E for end, I've selected that way. Press the C key to clear. The home key will take you home. The E key will take you to the end of the actual data that you have in there. And down here you have the zoom, and this works the same here with the minus key on your keyboard and the plus key and the actual numbers. There's the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 is good enough. And here, these buttons here, let's page down so you can see this. Oop. This will move the data up and down the keyboard. It's moving it down the keyboard, up and down the keyboard basically. And one thing, if you have a scroller on your keyboard, now if I put my mouse over these and use my scroller, it will move them up and down, just like that. Now, if I put my mouse over here in this area and use a scroller, it does that. How I have it set up in the options menu up here. I mean, a multi-track, mouse wheel. So however I have that mouse wheel set here, it's gonna operate it. But here, this one here, it's gonna move it up and down no matter what, because I'm in the MIDI workstation. That's, you know, if you have it open here, this performance here is basically in these 2 octaves. But say I have some stuff here and here, you know, I'm gonna have to scroll up and down, and this allows me to do that. And that pretty much is the MIDI workstation view. Very easy to understand, and it's a great MIDI tool to make MIDI music in. I'm very new to MIDI, and I'm catching on using this, and pretty soon, within the next couple months hopefully, I will be buying the real full version. But for the video, this is going to work, and I'm going to get you up and running in MIDI workstation fast. Alright, that's the MIDI workstation view video.